Paragraph 1. Powerful hook. Maya checked her phone for the 10th time, her fingers trembling as the restaurant's soft lights blurred behind rising tears. Her blind date was already 40 minutes late, and every passing minute felt like another reminder that she wasn't someone worth choosing. She folded her hands tightly, trying to stop them from shaking, when suddenly two boys in matching red jackets stood beside her table and said, "Dad picked you, not anyone else." The full story, long, smooth-paced, emotional narrative. Maya's heart slammed against her chest as she blinked at the boys, no older than 10 or 11, standing confidently like they already knew her. Their red jackets were bright, almost too bright for the dimly lit restaurant, like they were carrying their own little glow. "Are you talking to me?" she whispered. Both boys nodded. The taller one spoke first. "Dad said to tell you he's parking the car. He didn't want you to feel alone." Maya's eyes darted toward the entrance. Her date, the same date who hadn't even texted her. She swallowed hard, confusion mixing with relief and suspicion. "Your dad, but I." Before she could finish, the shorter boy smiled widely. "You're Maya, right? The one he said has a warm laugh." She blinked again. Warm laugh. The description tugged gently at her heart. Someone had actually talked about her with affection. Right then, the restaurant door opened, and a tall man walked in, his steps measured but nervous. His eyes searched the room until they landed on her. His face softened instantly. The man approached with a flustered smile. "Hi, I'm Aiden. I'm so sorry. My boys insisted on coming with me. They wouldn't take no for an answer." The taller boy raised his chin. "We needed to make sure she's nice." The younger added, "And that dad doesn't choose someone boring." Aiden groaned softly. "Please ignore everything they say." But Maya smiled, the sting of abandonment easing slightly. She stood up, brushing invisible lint from her dress. "It's okay. I'm glad you came." She didn't know yet that this night would change everything. Challenge 1. Maya's broken confidence. An hour into dinner, Maya learned that Aiden was a widower raising two boys on his own. She saw tenderness in the way he corrected their posture, patience in how he spoke, and hesitation in how he looked at her, as if he feared being judged. But Maya's own heart carried scars. Years of being overlooked, ghosted, or dismissed on dates had carved deep cracks in her self-worth. Even tonight, she had expected disappointment. So when Aiden excused himself to take a phone call, her doubts clawed back. What if he's making an excuse to leave? What if he thinks she's not enough? Her breathing tightened. But then soft footsteps. She looked up and saw the two boys sliding into the seats beside her. "You're scared he'll leave," the youngest said. She stiffened. "Why would you say that?" He shrugged, swinging his small legs. "I can tell. My mom used to look like that before she got sick." Her heart twisted. The older boy leaned in. "Dad won't leave. He's scared too. He picks people slow. He picked you slow." "Picked me," she echoed. "Yeah," he said confidently. "Dad doesn't want to date anyone who won't like us too, so he waited for someone he thought would be kind." Her breath caught. Kind. Was that how they saw her already? The boys hopped off the seats and ran back to their table. And for the first time in years, Maya felt a warm, unfamiliar hope flicker inside her chest. Challenge 2. Aiden's fear of loving again. When Aiden returned, his expression was gentle but strained. "Maya, I want to be honest. I'm terrified of this, of dadding again, of getting hurt, and of letting anyone close to my kids." She nodded. "I'm scared too." He exhaled shakily. "I didn't show up late because I forgot. I drove around the block 10 times. I kept thinking, what if she's disappointed when she sees me? What if I'm not enough for her?" Her lips parted. That was the same fear she had. The same wound. The same ache. The same belief that they were not chosen. She reached across the table, her fingers brushing his hand. "Aiden, I'm glad you chose to walk through the door." His shoulders dropped with relief. and that relief sparked something soft and glowing between them. Challenge 3. A society that judges single parents. A week later, Maya agreed to see Aiden again, this time at a small park near his home. The boys zoomed around on scooters while she and Aiden sat on a bench. Several women walked by, raising brows, whispering softly. Maya could feel their judgment. Is that the new girlfriend? She doesn't look like she knows what she's doing. Poor boys, she'll never replace their mother. Maya's chest tightened. I'm sorry about them, Aiden said. Some people think I should stay single forever. But why? She whispered. Because they think loving again means forgetting their mother. He shook his head. But my wife, she told me before she passed, don't let the boys grow without someone who cares. Choose someone with a kind heart. Maya felt tears sting her eyes. That word again. Kind. Challenge 4. The boys testing Maya. As days turned into weeks, the boys began testing her. Spilled juice deliberately. Ignoring her calls. Tight-lipped silence. Little acts of rebellion. They were waiting to see if she would leave like they feared women would. But she stayed. Calm. Gentle. Consistent. One evening, after a particularly difficult day when the younger one threw his homework across the room, Maya knelt beside him. I'm not leaving, she whispered, not because you're perfect but because you matter. The boy broke into tears. Everyone leaves when we're too much. Not me, she said softly. And something inside him healed. Challenge 5. Maya facing her past. Maya wasn't perfect either. Her mother had abandoned her when she was 8. Her father remarried and forgot to notice her loneliness. Love for her was always something that arrived half-heartedly or not at all. So falling for a man with 2 children terrified her. What if she messed up? What if she hurt them? What if she wasn't enough? One night she confessed everything to Aiden. He listened with quiet heartbreak for the girl she once was. Then he took her hand gently. Maya, those boys adore you, and I. He paused, trying not to shake. I'm falling for you in ways I didn't think I ever could again. Tears slipped down her cheeks. She was chosen. Not abandoned. Not forgotten. Chosen. Resolution. She becomes part of their family. Months passed. The boys' jackets grew too small. Maya began helping with school projects. Aiden started smiling more deeply, more freely. One chilly Saturday morning, the boys tugged her outside. They wore new red jackets, brighter, shinier, and matching again. Close your eyes, they yelled. She laughed and obeyed. When she opened them, she saw Aiden kneeling in front of her, a small ring in his hand and the boys beside him, grinning like they were holding the whole world together. Maya, Aiden said softly, I didn't show up that night because of fate. I showed up because my boys said I deserved someone who wouldn't run, and because I hoped it could be you. The older boy added proudly, Dad picked you. The younger nodded, not anyone else. Maya pressed her hands to her mouth, sobbing. She knelt down, hugged the boys first, then Aiden. I pick you too, she choked out. And for the first time in her life, love didn't feel like something she had to earn. It felt like something that was finally